Kia ora and welcome back to the channel. I'm Elvie and today we are doing another daily drawing together. I haven't done one on the channel for a while, so I thought I'd do one for the month of March. And today is sketch... Oh, what's today? It is... I didn't even date yesterday's. The 29th today of March, which is pretty crazy. Better date yesterday's actually, 28th. 3:25. So today I've just decided to do a landscape, so I'll actually put it this way, just a back home. I don't plan to take like too long on this, but yeah, we'll just see where the drawing takes us. I just, as I always do, I'll introduce what I'm using. I'm just using a Bic ballpoint pen. I find the cheaper the better, just because they have a lot more variation in the line weight you can get, and I feel like you can get really nice shadings, similar to pencil, honestly, and it's really fun to work with, and yeah, this is the fourth book. It's almost done. I finish at the end of April, and yeah, it's been a really interesting book, this one. I'm not so super stoked with it, but I think there has been improvement. It's just I haven't compared the drawings in a while, so I'm not 100% sure. Right now I'm just doing some line work for one of the chairs. They're kind of like the classic cheap plasticky ones you kind of get at the warehouse or shops like that, I suppose, but they're a bit more weather resilient than other furniture would be, especially in the elements out by the beach. They'd be a bit much, I think, for some of the typical furniture. It's a very, I think this photo I took maybe last year, mid-year, and it's just quite a pretty photo, so I thought might as well draw it. And yeah, I feel like sometimes one of the harder things is figuring out what you do want to draw, because if you don't, I don't know, put a limit or a name onto it or a theme, it gets a little hard coming up with something new every day. So it, yeah, I don't even know, like that's why I like in going to cafes and stuff. It's just because at a cafe you tend to have a lot of inspiration with just different sceneries and stuff. I actually messed up the fence. That's alright. Just make it up a little bit. This fence is a little rickety anyway. Getting ever so slowly through the drawing. The drawing over here is actually of one of my cats. She passed away, we assume, last year, so it was nice to draw her again. I think I did one drawing in the first book of her. Maybe it was the first book, I believe. And I felt like I hadn't done an animal in a while, so just keeping up the practice. That's another way I tend to kind of narrow down what to draw. Is like, what haven't I done in a while? And usually that would be a person, but I've done a few people recently, and then I was like, what about landscape of sorts? And this one came up, so it got to be the one. I've actually done a similar landscape to this before, but it was ever so slightly different. Not extremely different, but ever so slightly. Kind of like a thing going on. It's looking very interesting. But yeah, this is me just kind of marking it out and just taking my time to get the proportions semi-right. We actually get a cat in this one too. Got my beautiful girl up here just on a stroll, as you do, looking ever so graceful. And then we've got a footstool as well up here, but I've kind of missed the proportions a little bit. It's alright. Proportions don't need to be perfect. We've got some flax up here in the front. I love flax plants. They're just so beautiful. They kind of droop a lot. And got the flower coming up here. And it's so nice to see the like tuis and flat wax eyes up on the flowers as well. They've also got some beautiful colours. Like the flowers are kind of like this purpley red. And it's really beautiful. Alrighty. I'm just, marking out the bush. So we've done a sketch over here. Now we've got to move down the line. So we've got a cabbage tree over this end. Apparently you can actually eat these if you boil the leaves, but I haven't tried it myself. I believe these ones are also native. And then I don't actually know the name of this plant, but we've got another kind of bush here. Ignore any music or anything you might hear in the background. The neighbours are having a time of their life. And we've got more flax. The flax plants have gone absolutely AWOL, so they are everywhere. Another plant here and more flax. Another flax flower. So that is our beautiful sketch. What is today? I already said this. It is the 29th of March. Can't believe it's 2025 already. That's insane. Already 3 months in. I don't know how much shading I actually want to do today. It's been a bit of a long day and I've been a little tired, and I'm actually working on a commission at the moment, which is really exciting. I would have shared the journey of like painting it and stuff, but it is a private one. Like it's quite sentimental and it's got a lot of special images and stuff, so I thought it would be a bit inappropriate of me to do that. But it's actually an acrylic paint, not watercolour, which is quite fun. Like I don't tend to use acrylic paint just because it's quite time consuming, but it tends to look quite like a lot better in commissions and like, I don't know, a bit more proper. Like I love watercolour and it looks amazing in commissions too, but I have a commission mindset and it's just an acrylic paint. It's sort of how I keep my printmaking as my degree rather than painting. It's the same kind of rule. Like I have a mindset for watercolour and I have a mindset for printmaking. If that makes any sense. I feel like it's a bit relatable. It's like keeping your hobbies and your work separate. Just keeping boundaries and stuff. There we go. Just getting some shadows in. And I usually take a bit more care, but yeah. It's been a long day. And the lines like these, like when I'm a bit more hasty with it, I get some interesting lines actually, like hatching, and I tend to be a bit more harsher with the line weight, so I get a lot of darker tones than I would if I was being very soft and light-handed with it. which is quite cool. Similar to this one. This one was very scribbly, and I was not taking my time there. I was just drawing, and then I realised I didn't like the drawing, so I was like, oh, let's just get this finished. But it's pretty fun. Okay, let's add a little bit of shading to the chairs. Not a lot, but just enough. There we go. One chair done. Beautiful. You can definitely tell it's a bit more of a scribbly day. But I also don't want to cut down the process, because I feel like it's quite interesting seeing how long it actually does take to do a drawing like this. And yeah, I don't know, it'd be nice to show you guys the full extent of the time it takes to do the drawing. I quite like the exaggerated gestural lines. They're quite beautiful, and it crosses over from printmaking, especially with the woodcuts. You get a lot of gestural lines. It's quite beautiful. I haven't actually thrown out a pen yet. Okay, so it's a bit later in the day now. I had to download the video of the first half and move that over to my computer so that I could film the second half. So I stopped what I was doing, and now we're back at it. I don't have too much to do. I'm just doing some rough suggestive shading, just where there are some deeper shadows. I'm not too fussy with it, at all. And yeah, just kind of making it up a little bit and having fun is the main quest here. We've got this big bush here. Hopefully this is a nice change from the usual watercolour videos. I quite like doing the daily drawing ones. It can be a little stressful because I want to do it all in the same day, so you get the video the day I do the drawing. So that's always fun. But I do like doing my daily drawings, and it's nice to have some other way of doing it, on camera, because I do a lot of it. Just kind of, I do my daily drawing anyway. That's where I was going. So it's a nice excuse to just make a video out of it too. Anyway, I think this is basically done, which is pretty crazy. Didn't take too long, roughly 20 minutes or so. But with that, this is the final drawing in all its beautiful glory. It's just a very suggestive, fun one today, and it's always nice to have one of these for a change. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope this was fun, interesting, entertaining, and I will see you all in the next video.